Hello and welcome to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. I'm Juliet the daughter.
And I'm Kevin the dad.
And this week I picked this album because we already covered the first album by this group, and that album turned 25 this year. And I thought, well, we've already covered their first album, so let's cover their second album, because I thought that might be fun. And I also accidentally made Dad feel old, so I'm sorry.
Yes, you did.
We're talking about Spiceworld by the Spice Girls. So, Dad, what do we need to know about this album in particular?
Well, for more on the Spice Girls, check out our previous podcast regarding their first album called Spice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after releasing and conquering the world with that album, Victoria Adams, later Beckham, also known as Posh Spice, Emma Bunton, Baby Spice, Melanie Chisholm, Sporty Spice, Melanie Brown, Scary Spice, and my favorite, Jerry Halliwell, Ginger Spice, announced that they were already working on a second album, and they were also working on a movie at the same time.
Was it Spiceworld the movie?
Both were called Spiceworld.
Yeah.
The album would serve as a soundtrack, even though it's not listed as being one anywhere on the album.
That's interesting.
And yes, I saw the movie.
How was it?
Could have been worse.
People said that they really wanted the bus that they lived on.
Yeah, but the thing was, it didn't have a bathroom on it, which is weird because with a bus that big,
Touring
and you
the
have
UK.
all these conveniences on it, how could you not have a bathroom?
Fun fact, Roger Moore and Richard E. Grant were also in that movie. Apparently Roger Moore was very good.
Yes.
Was he the bad guy?
No, he was their mysterious boss.
Like a Charlie's Angels sort of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but you did see him. Okay, so in 1997, the group was insanely popular, but there were a few controversies. I'm doing the bunny ears with my fingers. They played a show for the Royals, and Jerry and Mel B kissed Prince Charles's cheeks and pinched his butt. Yes.
Oh, dear. Well, no, don't pinch his butt.
And William and Harry must have been looking, thinking, but why our dad and why not us? Come on.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because Stephen Fry did an interview where I guess the Spice Girls were doing a royal variety show like they do every year, and Prince Charles was talking to them, and I think it might have been Emma or Jerry, but one of them was standing in line and they said to Prince Charles, "Do you have a Prince Albert?" And he thought they were talking about his grandfather, and they had to explain to him what a Prince Albert was. But the funny thing is, there's a picture of the Spice Girls, and I think it's Emma or Jerry, and, you know, they're wearing a very accentuating top, so their chest is sticking out a little bit. And Prince Charles is not looking down, because I guess his father taught him, when you're with a woman, never let your eyes flick down for a second, because that's when the photographer will snap the picture.
Yeah.
So Stephen Fry was there, and he was talking about it on Graham Norton, he's like, look at us, even us gay boys are looking at her, and he's not. Anyway,
the group got grief in the U.S. for, get this, releasing their second album only 9 months after Spice.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not sure how that's a problem because groups used to do that all the time. Like, Beatles, anyone?
Maybe they just wanted it, you know, faster, louder, funnier. Maybe they just wanted it immediately.
Or maybe they needed more time to absorb the minutiae and intricacies of the first album. I don't know. But, I mean, releasing an album 2 months after the first one, I don't got a problem with that.
Okay.
They also got criticized for all the sponsorship deals they signed, and they signed a lot of them.
Oh.
And we're going to get to one of them a little later.
Okay.
And they fired their manager, Simon Fuller, which probably might not have been a good move on their part.
Why? What'd he do?
He was a good manager.
Oh.
I think it was like they kind of wanted to manage themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. The album was released in Japan on November 1st, 1997, which included an extra song called Step to Me. Got released in the UK and Canada on November 3rd, and in the United States on November 4th. It hit #1 on the UK album charts and #3 in the US on Billboard.
Not bad.
It went on to sell 14 million copies worldwide. The girls got writing credits on every song. 4 singles were released. Spice Up Your Life, which hit #18 in the US. Too Much, #9 in the US. The critical fave, Stop, #16. And Viva Forever, which was not released as a single in the U.S.
Interesting.
And, like the first album, they kept things tight in the CD age of 80 minutes of disc to fill. Spiceworld clocks in with 10 songs under 40 minutes.
Nice.
I respect that. Reviews for the album range from good to great. No outright trashing.
Oh, okay.
They did a ton of TV appearances in the UK and the US and hit the road in early 98 for their first world tour. On May 31st, 1998, Jerry left the group, leaving the other Spices to finish the tour without her.
Oh.
She would eventually reunite with them in 2007, and then they had other reunion shows. I think the last time I saw all 5 of them was when they did the London Olympics.
We're going to mention that.
But then they also did some other tours after that, I think maybe 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as for me, well, I bought the first album, so I thought, might as well buy the second album. And I picked up Spiceworld without hearing one song from it beforehand. Was that a wise decision?
Let's find out. All right, so first track, Spice Up Your Life. I remember first hearing this song at the closing ceremony of the London Olympics in 2012, where the Spice Girls rode in on these huge taxis, and this was their, they did a medley of Wannabe and Spice Up Your Life for a closing number. It felt like they were coming to take over England today and tomorrow the world. As for the song, it's so fun, and if the Spice Girls are our new overlords, then honestly sign me the heck up. Do they know how to govern? Most likely no. Do I trust them more than most Western world leaders? Yes. Be very interesting to see how they would dismantle the British monarchy, like if they ever did a movie where it's like, ooh, Spice Girls go bad and they try to take over the world. That would be fun. I will also say it's nice having the lyrics to read because I didn't realize how much I was getting wrong. For example, I thought it was stop it to the left, not slam it to the left, and I thought it was take it to the front instead of chicas to the front. But now that I know, I can sing it the right way.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Spices wanted to start off the album with a world anthem.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of sort of did that. Great chorus, but the verses are wanting. The call of dances, to me, is kind of eye-rolling with the polka, the salsa. I'm like, eh. But you can dance to it, and once again, and throughout the album, Mel B and Mel C do all the heavy vocal lifting.
Yeah, they carry it.
They do. They've got great voices.
I mean, when we saw the Olympic performance, it was, all the taxis came in at the same time. Victoria Beckham's taxi was late, and when she was singing with all the other girls, she wasn't really singing, she was just doing model posing, but people said that's very on brand for her and that they weren't surprised.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next track, Stop. This is definitely one of my favorite Spice Girls songs of all time. I also remember seeing this on TV with the BBC comedy series Miranda. In the scene, Miranda is talking about how she's excited to see her friend and crush, Gary Preston, played by a pre-Lucifer Tom Ellis. However, she's also nervous because of their awkward last encounter. Cut to, flashback of, Miranda and Gary at the club, where he asks her to dance to the song, only for her pants to fall down. So while Gary excuses himself to go to the bathroom, she starts shimmying her pants back on in time to the music, trying to make it look as if, this is just part of my dancing and I planned all this. Poor Miranda. And here's another fun fact. You can do a sped-up version of the Macarena to this song. Stop right now. Thank you very much. If you think about it, you can.
For those of you who don't have the video portion, you missed something strange.
Yeah, I did the Macarena.
Uh-huh.
All right, so as for the song, I've never really listened to the lyrics before, but I get the same gist. You need to meet me at my pace, and while it's cool that you're interested, you need to slow down a little bit, relax, and we can have fun. Okay? Cool. The only part that's kind of freaky is that there's someone singing the low notes with a sort of rasp in their voice. Like the rasp of one of those "don't smoke or you'll end up like me" ads. Like on SpongeBob, what are they selling? Chocolates! Like whoever's doing that, ease up or you'll hurt yourself. Ow.
Uh-huh. What a great slice of Britpop.
Mm-hmm.
So many critics compared it to the Motown style. I mean, it does have a 60s vibe to it, but I think this could have easily come out of the British invasion. It doesn't smack... to me, it just doesn't smack of Motown.
I don't think so either.
But yeah, this easily could have come out of what do they call it? Cool Britannia back then, or the mod scene, or whatever.
The mod scene, yeah.
Swinging London.
Swinging 60s.
Easily could have come out. Content-wise, it's a slow down, you move too fast message. The Spices have met a guy or guys who are in a hurry.
They're in the fast lane. Bless
Excuse
you.
me. We're live, folks. And as the internet says, they are not having it. Nope. So be nice to your Spice. Mm-hmm. I love Mel C's upfront vocals on the last chorus.
Yep. All right. Next one. Too Much. Those opening notes remind me of the opening to As the World Falls Down from Labyrinth, or even the opening of If by Bread. Yeah, that one. As for the rest of the song, it's fine. I know the music is supposed to be sad, but my brain automatically jumped to romantic ballad, and this isn't romantic because it's about the end of romance. It feels like they're trying to do a sad version of Two Become One, only this is One Become Two. Think of the Bajoran breakup ceremony from Deep Space Nine where they say, what is one is now two, and then they break the bowl and whatever. Anyway, I do like the message. We need to stop hooking up, because to quote The Little Mermaid, I want more. And in this case, Moore is a man in like all capital letters, who is open about his feelings and can be a friend, not just a, there's no better term for this, fuck buddy. It seems like the girls will be okay, but it's still sad for them because it sounds like the sex was good, just too much all the time, like eating too much dessert, or living at Disneyland, or celebrating Christmas every day. I personally don't think this song is too much, it just needed a better musical arrangement and it would have been perfect.
This is the song that opens up Spiceworld, the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it kind of... They picked that because they kind of do a takeoff on the opening to like every Bond movie that's been made.
I think the last... okay.
You have... Well, I mean, up to the time that this movie came out, which was like 97 to 98. But you can go on YouTube and you can check out the opening montage, as it were. Great slow groove, just great. And to me, it's like lyrically, she's met someone who's great in the short-term pleasure department, but she doesn't see it going long-term in all the other areas. And your mom zoomed in on the line, I need a man, not a boy who thinks he can. She was in full agreement with that. That's what it's all about, she said. You want the grown-up. Yeah. You don't want the kid. And I have never gotten tired of this song, and I went on YouTube just to refamiliarize myself with the movie opening, and
ew, you're my dad.
Well,
Stop
for some of it.
Oh God. Moving right past that. Saturday Night Divas. If this song was just the chorus, I wouldn't complain because it's catchy as hell. And even though this is a breakup song, I'd be playing this while getting ready for a night out on the town, because it would be a good reminder that even if things don't work, I'd still have myself at the end of the evening and I can drop the other person like a rock. This song does make me feel bad for the Spice Girls, though, because I'm sure there were men in their lives who are only interested in them for their fame, which is a risk everyone encounters when they get famous. Does the person actually love you, or do they want their own stint in the spotlight? But it sounds like the Spice Girls have found someone who wants to get deeper and down with them without, their 15 seconds of fame. So I think we should politely bow out and shut the door while they have fun. This is another song I have never gotten tired of hearing and probably never ever will. That get down, get deeper and down will bore through your skull and you will like it. And like I said, could this you kind of hinted at this, could this song be based on an experience that one of them had? Like you're a twisted lover, kiss and tell, and the superstar. It's like, yeah, I bagged a Spice. Probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah. Now, every time I hear this song, it reminds me of when your mom and I were in Hawaii on the Big Island in 1999. It was a Saturday night, and we were walking on Ali'i Drive, which is the main drag in Kailua Kona. Now, we went into a gift shop, and we're looking around, just, looking at stuff randomly, when I heard Saturday Night Divas playing. The woman minding the register at the front had it on a boombox, and every time the song ended, she'd restart it. And the thing was, she looked bored and tired. Oh, she's probably waiting to go home.
Because she was a Saturday Night Diva, damn it, and this was the last place she wanted to be. I know your mom ended up buying something. I know it was because she felt bad for the woman, but it was kind of like I felt so bad for her because she just had this look like, kill me, please, just put me out of my misery.
Or at least just let me go home early, that way I can go out for a night on the town.
I mean, there were other people in the store too, it just wasn't us, but yeah, and during the time that we were in there, I think I heard this song maybe 3 or 4 times, and 22 years later, I hope she's still not there. I hope she was able to
quit,
find something else and move on.
Well, lady, wherever you are now, we hope you're doing okay. Alright, next track, Never Give Up on the Good Times. So again, the message of this song is good, but the music doesn't really hit me. This song is about encouragement for when you're feeling like you're never going to find anyone. And you have to remember that though they will come eventually, you can't stop living in the meanwhile. You have to live, and you can't give up. As for the music, the best part was the mini instrumental with the strings and the flute, but it didn't sound like an anthem or even a pop anthem. It needed some oomph. It needed some grit. I guess what I basically want is a Lizzo song like Soulmate. This song is too polished for a pick-me-up.
It is a frothy trifle. It's catchy. I do love the strings, and beyond that, it's kind of like, it seems like they're telling a friend of theirs, probably Nicola, their pregnant BFF in the movie. Is she going crazy? Baby's on the way. You may not have our life, but darn it, you have to make the best of what you got. The line, living it up is a state of mind, is intriguing, because I guess people have different definitions of what that means, like what living it up means.
Yeah.
But I guess it's like, whatever makes you happy, I guess. It's kind of like, it's that cliche of, trying to make the best of what you got or, what you don't have. It's an okay song.
Yeah. All right, next track, Move Over. Is Generation Next supposed to be like a play on Generation X and how the millennials are coming in? Okay, well, it's just the Generation X part. Okay. Sadly, in this instance, the Spice Girls and rap don't mix. It worked for Mel B and Wannabe, but it doesn't work this time. I feel like it's because they're trying to depart from the original style too much. Wanting to branch out into different musical genres is fine, keeps the creative juices flowing, and some great songs can come out of it, but it doesn't really work here, and I can't put my finger on why. All I know is I don't like it.
I know why.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Move Over. But first, a commercial.
Commercial?
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this song because when I hear it, it reminds me of their Pepsi commercial. The first time I heard this song, I saw it in the movie theater. The girls were just singing Generation Next as opposed to X, right? That was Pepsi's new slogan at the time. So to me, this song is just a product plug, no matter what they're singing.
Damn it!
And I do have to admit that I like the words ending in Asian bit where they're just like rattling them off. But yeah, to me it just kind of smacks of a commercial, and they kind of like, well, I guess we got to come up with some words to try and make this fit. So it's kind of like 3 minutes of meh.
3 minutes of filler.
And I don't know, I just wish they had put that Step to Me song on that they put on the Japanese one
I bet
instead of Move Over.
I bet they don't even play the songs at concerts.
Oh, no, I'm sure they don't, because it's just too dated.
If they did, everyone would be going to the bathroom. Like, all right, bathroom break song, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, do it. Thanks a lot, Internet. Because of the memes, I can only read this title in Chancellor Palpatine's voice. Do it! When he's telling, like, Anakin to kill people or whatever. Geez. Anyway, I really love this song. If this music video came out today, here's what it would be. Young 20-somethings sitting on their bed. They get a text from the person they like, filled with suggestive emojis such as an eggplant or a peach and the droplets of water. The person on their bed almost replies, yes, with exclamation points, but then they hesitate. They want to, but they don't know if they should. So they text the group chat asking for advice, and that's when the Spice Girls start singing, do it! And I love how even with the lyrics of encouragement, there's still the lyrics of that voice in your head telling you not to, because either your parents or society will be pissed. But you have to make up your own mind based on how you feel and what you know to be true. And as the Spice Girls say, you might do the wrong thing for the right reasons. Don't just do the right thing to be pleasing. Which if I'd gotten that advice earlier on in my life, I'd be a much happier person. But now that I've heard it after all, I feel better. Thanks, Spice Girls.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
To me, this is the song that starts side 2, not Move Over.
Okay.
Another girl power anthem, I guess. It's catchy, and once again, Mel C does a lot of the heavy vocal lifting. And she's got a great voice, and that makes this song worthwhile for me. And, like, the philosophy-wise about, break all the rules and other stuff, I kind of think, well, you probably should know what the rules are first before you break them. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's one of those things where it's easier sung than done. Because it's like, yeah, go out and do all this stuff, and then you go out and do all this stuff, and then reality takes over. Like, what do you think you're doing?
Or you're sitting in jail somewhere.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So depending what those rules are, you might want to
figure out what the rules are first, and then go from there.
You might want to think about it first. Yeah. But I do like your video conception. That sounds pretty good.
Thanks. All right, next, Denying. So at first I thought, okay, we're either going to be denying a person or denying ourselves. And nope, turns out someone's denying us being the Spice Girls. This is a song that goes on way too long, because after a couple of minutes, we get the gist and we don't need the message to be repeated. You could argue that the repetition is supposed to convey irritation, that this guy is playing the same shit over and over, but that'd be a stretch. And what exactly is this guy doing? Well, he's acting like hot shit, even though everyone knows he's not, and it's all just an act. So it begs the Spice Girls to ask the question, why do you keep doing this over and over to yourself? It just makes everyone miserable, and it probably makes you miserable too. I don't feel miserable listening to this song, though, just mostly bored. And I don't want the Spice Girls to bore me. I want to be singing and dancing. Well, not every song can be a bop, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the girls are calling out a guy who thinks he's a player, but he really isn't. Mm-hmm. They just want him to come clean and feel that he'll be better off for it. Mm-hmm. It could be a case of, like, trying too hard to impress someone, because, I mean, everyone does that. You're like, okay, what do I think they like? What do I think I should say to them or be?
What should I wear? What should I say?
What's my line, as opposed to, hey, how's it going? Mm-hmm. Yep, this is just me.
Yeah. Do I tell them about my giant Lego collection now or after the first date?
Wow.
What?
Wow, because I know one of the vendors. He's got his giant Lego collection and he keeps hidden behind his couch.
Oh shoot! Sorry, dude, to out you.
He has like cities made and whatever. He said he keeps it behind the couch because if he has someone over and things are going really well and you know they're on the same wavelength, then he'll say, "Hey, look behind the couch, Legos."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what if they like Legos too?
Yeah. So that's how he knows. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I guess they might be more impressed with his real self as opposed to the front he's got up, I guess.
Yeah, maybe his real self is a lot sweeter and nicer to people too.
Yeah, it could be. Mm-hmm. Or it could be a real butt munch. You never know. Catchy song, nice groove, and sometimes you just can't ask for more than that.
Mm. Next.
But yes, we're asking for more.
Viva Forever. Much like Denying, this is a song where we get the point really quick and we don't need 5 minutes of it. And that's a shame because they could have really used that orchestra for those 5 minutes instead of giving them some fun only at the beginning and at the end. So the story is, I was in love with you, but I need to find my soulmate. Here's the thing though, hasta mañana means see you tomorrow in Spanish. And that doesn't really fit the notion of a breakup. So I did some Googling on various farewells in Spanish, and Spanish-speaking listeners, please jump in and correct me in case Google was giving the wrong information. And according to Google, hasta la vista is more of a farewell for the long term. So that might have been more appropriate. I know I'll definitely be saying hasta la vista with this song.
Well, maybe I think because hasta mañana sounds better, has a nicer flow than hasta la vista.
Is it also because people think of Arnold Schwarzenegger when they hear hasta la vista?
Could be.
Yeah, but that would have, I don't know, that would have fit better than hasta mañana because it's like, well, that didn't last long.
I think it would just sound more jarring in the song.
Okay, but it still doesn't
and
work.
mañana is kind of like softer.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make sense. It makes it seem like this breakup isn't going to last that long.
Well,
like
it's rock and roll or pop, and pop music never makes sense.
No, but it's just going to irk me.
Now, Jerry wrote most of the lyrics for this one. Originally, it was going to be called Obrigado.
Really?
Which is Portuguese for thank you.
Obrigado, cool.
Yeah,
well, why'd they change it, though?
I don't know. She was writing about summer romance whilst on vacation. Mm-hmm. You know it's not going to last forever, but the memories always will. And to that person with whom you romanced, what can you say but obrigado or obrigada? Mm-hmm. Depending
on whatever floats your boat. Whoever floats your boat, I should say.
So I think with the summer romance angle, she pretty much nails it. But yeah, with saying hasta mañana, it's like see you tomorrow. Either that or maybe she's trying to let them down easily because it's like, you know, I gotta go back on the road. Vacation's over. So... See ya.
See ya. Final song.
One more thing.
Yep,
Sorry.
Yep.
You had mentioned this. This is the longest song on the album. It's like 5+.
And I looked at it and I went, oh, no.
Bad.
Just could have been better.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw, like, we've covered a lot of songs that go over the 5-minute mark. Some of them are really good. Some of them are crap. This one is meh.
Yeah.
Meh. All right. Final track. The Lady is a Vamp. Another reference to an old song similar to their White Christmas reference on the Spice album. got Lord Help the Mister Who Comes Between Me and My Man. Lord Help the Sisters Who Come Between Me and My Man, yeah. Ah, yes, an awesome concluding song that makes me question my sexuality, and I'm here for it. Why does it make me question my sexuality? You just picture the Spice Girls singing this at a jazz lounge in cocktail dresses, singing this to you a la Jessica Rabbit. I wouldn't be able to sit there and feel nothing, would you? Exactly. Oh, I could tell they had so much fun singing in this style. And I love all the references to British and American icons. My favorite one is Jackie O, we loved her so. So did Mr. President, ... as far as we know, because, yeah, that line aged. The one I thought might have been a little bit mean was when they said Twiggy had the face. Like, what? Now that she's old, she doesn't have it anymore? You calling her ugly? That's rather harsh. But it's such a great closing track, and that little Elvis impression is just the perfect finishing touch. It's very cute. I challenge you to sit there and not enjoy this because your uptightness won't last very long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this song to me is just pure sass.
And fun.
Oh, yeah, and they have so many cultural references to iconic females. Ursula Andress, who was the Dr. No Bond babe that they reference.
Yeah, wearing the bikini with the knife.
Yep, Charlie's Angels, the Supremes, Twiggy, who was like the face of the 60s in London. She was the top model.
And she had a show, too.
Jackie O, Marilyn Monroe, and I like how they do it in her voice. Sorry, Mr. President, that's really dumb. Sandy Denny, who was like the voice of British folk singing back in the late 60s, early 70s. But they're all in the past. We have the Spice Girls with whom to contend. As they say, yes, no, that's your lot. I'd love to know which one of them does the Elvis impression at the end. My money's on Jerry.
Hold on, let's see if we can find out.
Okay, while you're doing that, I find it unusual, though, that they tell us to take our seats and enjoy the show on the very last song. But this song is such a great closer, and I just cannot imagining this song opening the album.
Okay, so I'm trying to find who it is. Let me see if there's a Wikipedia article. The lady is a vamp. Because the fan wikis sometimes have stuff about this. I don't know if they have a fan wiki. Aha! The Spice Girls wiki. Alright, so the song is a tribute. Lyrics meaning. Credits. Oh, they don't list who did it on the fan wiki. This is a bad fan wiki. Good fan wikis say who did it.
Like I said, I'd like to think it's Jerry, and I'm gonna live that fantasy.
Yeah, all right. I can't find anything on Google, but hey, listeners, if you know who it is, please tell us, because I'd love to know. And whoever it was, whether it's Jerry or someone else, they did a very good job.
They did.
All right. Overall,
I'm sorry. Yep. I love the big band arrangement and the all-around attitude. And for me, it's a great way to close and to make up for a spotty album.
Yeah.
I mean, side 1 is strong, but then side 2 is just okay. Kind of like, yeah, they cranked this out 9 months after, and they were making the movie at the same time, and God knows what kind of pressure they must have been under.
Yes.
Recording an album and making a movie simultaneously. But maybe they should have really hit the brakes, unless it was their management saying, look, we need to cash in, and we need to cash in now.
It was probably time sensitive.
And it kind of shows up on the album. I mean, I give it a B overall. I'm not head over heels in love with this album. I do like it. I'm glad I have it. And, you know, when I got to have some spice, I'm definitely going to go for the first album. And this one, yeah, if I still need more spice, this'll be the aperitif, if you will, after the main meal. Okay.
Overall, this album is, I don't want to say okay, because
it is.
I liked 50% of it. Half the songs knocked it out of the park, the other half were either meh or boring. But the bad ones don't take anything away from the good ones. So all I can say is this album is better cherry-picking than downloading the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Go there, find the songs you like, and leave the ones you don't like behind. I won't be mad if you do. And the Spice Girls won't be mad either because they're laughing all the way to the bank. Because honestly, who cares? Just crank the tunes you love up to the maximum volume and dance and sing it out with the Fab Five.
Well, my recommendations would be definitely get the first 4 songs. And then after that, I think I would go with Do It and The Lady is a Vamp.
My recommendations are Spice Up Your Life, Stop, Saturday Night Divas, Do It, and Ladies of Vamp. Those are my... Yeah. About the same.
Batting about 500 average, which in baseball would be phenomenal.
Yeah, you'd have to be...
owner of the team.
Pretty much.
That's how much money that they would owe you.
Seriously, yeah. That would be one of the few cases where overpaying a baseball player wouldn't be up for dispute if you could hit like that. Alright, as always, thank you for listening to the latest installment of My Dad Listens to This. Like, comment, and subscribe, and all that jazz. If you follow me on social media, I post the episodes there. And if you're friends with my dad, you can email him, and he can send the episodes directly to your inbox. We'll be back next time with another album to nitpick and gripe about. Dad, anything you want to say before we sign off?
Yes, for our next episode, we're going to do something different. We're going to do our first two-parter.
Because we kind of need to. Otherwise, we'd probably be here for more than an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's going to be a double album, and we figured, do you really want to listen to the two of us for an hour and a half? Probably not.
Well, we did that with the White Album, but with this one, it might be a little bit longer because of all the recent research that we've been doing and, like, the backstory for each one. So, yeah, get ready.
So, start guessing, gang.
All right, we'll see you with our first two-parter pretty soon. Bye!